Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the One Wolf podcast. I'm super excited about today's episode. Today's episode is about distractions, right? First off, I want to let you guys know that I'm completely self-supporting. I do not have any sponsors. I believe in what I'm doing here 100%. So I just want you guys to know that. The only thing I do ask from you guys is if you guys find any type of value in what we're providing here, or the content that we do have, if you guys wouldn't mind and just share it or tag somebody that you know that could possibly get some good use out of it. So, but first off, so let's go ahead and go into distractions, right? So distractions are everywhere. I wanted to mention a book that I've read by Napoleon Hill called Outwitting the Devil. In Outwitting the Devil, Napoleon Hill talks about a bunch of different things that have to do with being distracted, right? Especially more so in being distracted by the devil and what the devil does to actually distract people. In the book, he talks about distractions as drifting. So he's talking about drifting away from your purpose, drifting away from those things that you should really be doing, which obviously we know are distractions, right? So it's a really great book. If you have an opportunity to read it. It's on Audible as well. Check it out. Super good book. So really important, right? To make a clear goal out of your life, and have a point and a direction on where you want to go, right? But the thing about it is we get caught up with so many distractions, right? Distractions come from everywhere. There's some obvious big distractions, relationships, and I always like to tell young guys, if you're under 30 years old, you really shouldn't even be thinking about being in a relationship. If you don't have $50,000 in your bank account, you don't have money constantly coming in as passive income, being in a relationship can be a distraction. Of course, there's going to be a lot of females. There's going to be a lot of kind of going back and forth on this, that females can help you out. A relationship can help you out, whether you're a female or a male, right? A relationship in general. But I think just being able to sit and be very focused, be disciplined on what it is you're trying to do and where you're trying to go is going to be the most important thing and is going to be the best thing for you. So relationships, right? I know me personally, a relationship I was in for 1 year set me back probably 4 to 5 years. And it can happen, you get distracted instead of sitting and learning your craft, instead of watching what you're doing, instead of paying attention to bettering yourself and making yourself better. You're sitting on the couch watching Netflix, trying to cuddle, trying to chill, which has no bearing on anything that you're trying to do, right? The most important thing is, and a question to ask yourself, when it comes to if you're being distracted, is what I'm doing right now pushing me towards or pushing me away my ultimate goal, whatever your ultimate goal is. If your ultimate goal is to be a multimillionaire, if your ultimate goal is to be in better shape, you ask yourself that question. Is what I'm doing right now pushing me towards or pushing me away from my ultimate goal, right? So like we talked about, the big ones, relationships, right? Relationships can be friends, relationships can be families, all of those. If there's friends that want to be out partying, and I've talked about this before on a couple of my clips, if there's friends that want to be out partying all the time, they want to be, out doing things that are going to take you away again from your ultimate goal. Those are distractions, right? And the friends should understand and help support you if it comes to you wanting to do things or not do things, right, with them. There's also some distractions that you may not have control over, right? A breaking car, for example, a breaking water heater or something in your house breaking. That's always something you don't have control over. It's a distraction, but you have to get it fixed. You got to take care of it, right? Actually, the other day, I had some business stuff to do in the morning. I woke up, I saw that I had a flat tire. So I go to the tire shop. The tire shop ends up being closed, right? Time passes, it's 9 o'clock. I'm sitting there waiting. 9:30 passes. I'm like, they have to open by 9:30, 9:45. They don't. I end up staying there for almost a whole hour just waiting. That was a big distraction for me within that day. That was something that I just absolutely couldn't get a hold of. And there was no way that I could get around it either. So, those do come up. There's also smaller distractions, right? Let's talk about some smaller distractions. And in the book that I was telling you about, Outwitting the Devil, he talks about like smoking as a distraction. Smoking can totally be a distraction, right? It distracts you from your time. It kills you from time from doing something that you should be doing, and maybe you're not because you're outside smoking. It also, if your goal is to live long and you're sitting there smoking cigarettes, that's definitely not going to help you with your ultimate goal, right? So is it bringing you towards or is it pushing you away from, right? So one of those things. Some of the other little smaller Distractions can be drinking, eating sodas, maybe eating bad. If you're looking to lose weight, you're looking to get into shape, definitely eating fatty foods, takeout food and stuff like that is not going to help you. If you're looking to gain money or you're looking to save up money to invest in something, you definitely would want to stay away from eating out because it can definitely be expensive, most definitely. Some of the other distractions we have are anger. Anger can definitely cause you to be distracted. And for almost the whole day, let's say you wake up, somebody upsets you or something upsets you. And then at that point, your whole day is pretty much ruined. Your mind is just thinking about, that anger. You need to be able to get control of it, sit down and actually, work to get yourself calm and work yourself to actually pay attention to what's going on around you. So anger is one of the other ones that is a distraction. Social media is a big distraction, especially for me. I remember being at jobs and doing work, when I was younger, and the whole time I'd be on social media. So social media, I think, and just the age that we live in right now, it's so much easier for us to get distracted. Even a distraction in your relationship. If you're in a relationship with somebody and you're on social media, you're on Facebook or Instagram, especially Instagram, and there's a bunch of beautiful women or a bunch of beautiful men, right? And you're sitting there, you can get distracted from your relationship. The biggest thing I really hate is if I'm out eating dinner at a restaurant, and I look over and I see a husband and wife, and you can tell that they've been married for years. And they're sitting there and they're just looking at their phones. It's really sad because time is so precious and life is so precious that we're just focused and drawn to our phones. And most times social media, they're sitting there swiping through. So definitely pay attention to that to make sure that it's not a distraction for you, right? So social media definitely can be a distraction. And that goes into a multitude of things. Social media can be a distraction in if you want to lose weight, there's all these advertisements about food or people are posting food. If you want to try to save money, there's all these advertisements on trying to get you to buy and to consume. And when we talk about consume, we mean spending money on consuming, products, whatever it is that could help you out, or so they say will help you out. But really it's just kind of a waste of money. So shopping on social media can be another thing. Shopping in general, just shopping, if you're trying to save money, and you're out shopping and you're buying, you're consuming, you're not saving, then at that point, that's also going to be a distraction, a very, very big distraction too, by the way. So there's a ton of distractions, right? And you would say, man, Aaron, there's distractions everywhere. Like, I don't even want to move. I don't even want to go anywhere. What do I do? Well, I think the most important thing is we're going to talk about combating these distractions and actually working on how to get rid of these distractions, or at least be mindful of them. They're never going to go away completely. They're always going to be there. But the most important thing is going to be laser focused and be focused and understand when these distractions are coming up and what they're doing and how they're affecting you, right? And what they are in general. I think being self-aware to begin with is going to be the most important thing for combating these distractions. So becoming aware, one thing, I always do for my business, right? So I'm calling for my own personal businesses, trying to get people, try to buy houses is what I do, one of my businesses. And then also trying to get clients to sign up for credit repair, just doing all these different things. Within those businesses, I'll set a timer and I'll sit down and I'll say, look, during this time, I'm not getting on social media. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. These are the no's, right? And you have to be very strong and have accountability. You have to be accountable to yourself. To not be distracted when you're supposed to be doing things that you're supposed to be doing. This is a big problem. It can be an epidemic, actually. If you have a friend, it's always good to have an accountability partner to be able to hold you accountable during these times and say, hey, did you do this, this, and that? I know that in real estate, when I was in real estate, retail real estate at least, we would have a list of how many people did you call today? How many appointments did you make? And then through that, we would be able to say, well, what was my finances? What was my income for this month? And then you'd be able to backtrack everything else. So being intentional is one of the most important things for being able to combat the distractions and being able to learn what they are. And we all know what they are. I mean, I'm sure right now you're sitting there thinking in your head what distractions you have in your life. It's pretty obvious. And when you sit down and actually take account of everything, you know which ones they are. So that's really important. So that's pretty much it for this episode. I really appreciate you guys. This is a short one, but it's about distractions. If you guys can think of any distractions that are bothering you or weighing you down, I would love to hear you guys' comments. If there's anything else that you want me to talk about coming up on the future podcast, we have some great podcasts coming up too. We're talking about credit. We're talking about finance. We're also talking about investment as well. So those are going to be some good ones coming up. I want to make sure that everybody gets a good knowledge base on where to put your money, right? So those are going to be some great ones. Once again, I'm self-supporting. I do not have any sponsors. I appreciate all you guys, and if you find value in our show, I do ask that you spread the word, send it to somebody that you think would benefit from it, and tag them. And we'll see you guys next time. Thanks.